Y'all, I might have the stupidest UIM account in the game. In the last video, after months of preparation, I finally re-entered the Theater of Blood to begin the long grind for the Scythe of Bitter that would surely take many more months to complete, potentially reaching over 1,000 KC. Oh my god! So now I'm at a bit of a loss for what to do now. For literal years now, everything I have been doing in old school RuneScape has been centered around eventually getting all the uniques I want to get from the 3 raids in the game, and now that's done. Like, what do I do now? I have the 3 best in slot armor sets in the game for UIM and the 3 raids mega rares, and even though I'm not fully done with the Theater of Blood, the only thing I still need from there is more vials of blood, and that's not going to be the main focus. I'm just going to be running it off and on in the background when people are available. Thankfully, I'm going to have a bit more time to think about where I want to take my account in the long term, because in the short term, there's actually something coming up that's really important. UIM Winter Showdown 2026. For those of you who aren't aware, UIM Showdown is the biggest community event in the game for UIMs. Over 200 players have signed up, and will be forming into teams and competing to earn the most points over 10 days. I've been helping run the event for a while now, but I'm also a competitor in the event, so I need to start getting my account ready. First off, I want to take some time to clear out my looting bag from some of the rewards that I've been stockpiling from the Theater of Blood last video. The only supplies I've been keeping are Death and Blood runes, Runite ore and coal, Rainars and Snapdragons, rune items, and vials of blood. I've been alching the rune items, keeping the blood and death runes since I already have stacks for those, and keeping the vials of blood until I eventually get the blood runes to put them in the fire well. So that leaves the ores and the herbs, which I want to take care of right now. Perks of having a high smithing level. The Theater of Blood becomes a nice little moneymaker. I have a bunch of runite ore and coal, so I can easily just turn these into rune bars at the blast furnace and then smith them at the anvil here into rune 2-handed swords and then alch them for 38k each. There's a nice table on the wiki that shows you the high alch value per bar for all smithable rune items, and plate legs, plate skirts, and 2-handed swords are all equivalent. Cool, that was a few mil in profit, and now it's time to take care of those herbs. Prayer pots completed, and super restores completed. I've done this so many times in these videos that it's just not really worth showing off the process anymore. The next thing I want to work on is stacking up Slayer points, and maybe try and get some good tasks to bring into the event. I have a bit of a bad habit when it comes to Slayer. I will spend a bunch of time point boosting to get a good point stack, and then I'll just blow through basically all of it trying to skip for the specific task I want. And that is exactly what I did last time I was doing Slayer a few videos ago, so it is time to get boosting again. I'm going to be doing the new 50 task method, which has become popular since they changed Slayer so that all the block lists are separate, so you can have an Aya specific block list to make it really easy to do 49 Aya tasks and then do the 50th task at Kuradal or Konar or whoever. Ooh, okay, so I got a gargoyle task in the Slayer Tower for my 800th task, and that actually gives me a chance to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and it has to do with combat achievements. Over the course of this series, you've seen me getting CAs passively. I haven't really ever gone out of my way to kill a boss for the CAs, but I think this is going to be the first time I do that. I'm really close to the Elite CA tier, just 19 points away, and the Grotesque Guardians boss actually has a ton of CAs. So I think what I'm going to be working on next is learning the Grotesque Guardians so I can get the CAs, and hopefully I'll be able to get 19 of the available 59 CA points on this one Slayer task. Grotesque Guardians are the Slayer boss that you can kill on a Gargoyle Slayer task, and they are actually a really easy boss when you have the kind of gear that I do. There's actually 2 bosses you're fighting at the same time, Dawn and Dusk, and you switch between them at different phases, basically getting Dawn down to half health, then Dusk down to half health, then killing Dawn, and finally killing Dusk. In phase 1, you are bringing Dawn to half health. Now, Dawn can normally only be damaged with a ranged or magic, but recently they actually updated the boss so you can attack Dawn with a halberd. So basically I use the Nally for Dawn and the Scythe for Dusk, so there's only a one-way switch between the two. There's a couple special attacks like Dawn firing the Marble Gargoyle special attack or Dusk dropping rocks from the ceiling, but those are really easy to avoid. Once Dawn is down to half health, she leaves temporarily and you attack Dusk. He has a special attack where he starts glowing and you have to step away for a second, but other than that, that's really it until you get him to half health too. There's a little mini phase here where you have to dodge these colored circles on the ground and then you're back to fighting Dawn. There's one special mechanic here, which is basically, she throws some orbs around the room and you normally need to go around and click on them or else they heal her. But if you have good DPS like I do with this gear, you can just ignore that mechanic entirely. Once Dawn is dead, Dusk does a special attack where he puts you in a little prison area where you have to find the one tile gap to escape from, and then you kill Dusk, and that is the entire fight. Wow, that is a lot of CAs. It looks like 3 of these are for doing mechanics correctly, and 1 is for killing them before Dusk can do his second prison attack. Well, there is the elite tier done. I'm going to be staying here for at least the KC tasks, and then maybe I'll try and go for all of them. I don't know. One of these was for doing the orb skip on Dawn's second phase, and the others are just speedrun tasks. And there's the perfect task, and there's the GM speed time. Nice, after your 5th kill, you get a quick start option on the bell that skips the intro animation. From Dusk, that is for getting a 10 kill trip. There's a corresponding one for a 20 kill trip, but I think I'm going to need to get a bit better, or maybe get some better supply drops before I can go for that. So now that that trip's done, let's get those CA rewards. The elite tier gives a bunch of various buffs, but probably the biggest ones for me are that it buffs elite clue drop rates from all sources, reduces the required minion KC to get into a God Wars boss, and makes Slayer superiors more common. It also lets you turn your Slayer helm into a Jad transmog, which is pretty neat. Grotesque Guardian's Adept, that is for 25 KC. Perfect 2, that's for getting 5 perfect kills in a row. Veteran for 50 KC. And there it is, Till Dawn, that's for getting a 20 kill trip, and it is the last CA for Grotesque Guardians. And of course I get a food drop on the last kill. Alright, that is the end of that trip, and it is probably the last Grotesque Guardians I'm ever going to kill on this account. It's a nice little diversion, and now it's back to the normal gargoyles. There we go, a Hydra task. This is one of the other big things I was hoping to accomplish with this grind. I need a lot of cash to upkeep the new scythe, and Hydra tasks are one of the best ways I have to get easy money. Oh yeah, I should probably explain this because I don't think I've mentioned it since literally episode 1 of this series from years ago, and a lot of people still don't know about it. There is actually a way to avoid the flame special without having to actually perform the traditional flame skip, and it is dead simple. All you do is when the boss transitions into the red phase and you get him over the blue vent, you literally just run to this tile that I have marked, and you stay there, and for some reason the boss shoots the flame attack onto the wrong tile, and it instantly gets stuck. There is no timing, you don't have to move at all, you just stand on this tile and it acts like a safe spot for the flame attack. Ooh, Hydra Leather, it's a nice bit of money for the main, and some Onyx Bolts, which is a nice bit of money for the me. There we go, task complete, and I gained like 9 mil off of that one task. I fucking love Hydra tasks. And with this last Anku, that is going to be task number 1000 completed on the streak for a whopping 1000 point bonus, bringing me to 4480 Slayer points, and that should be enough Slayer points for the foreseeable future. But with that said, that's not all the Slayer I'm wanting to do. I'm actually going to start task skipping now because there's a couple types of tasks that I actively want to go for now, and I don't really care about stacking Slayer points anymore. Oh hey, right off the bat, a worm task. That's one of the ones I was hoping for. In the last video, I showed off how you can get dragon metal sheets from frost dragons, but there's actually another Slayer monster that drops them, and that is the new Lava Strike Worm. So I guess it's time to go kill some of those. Lava Strike Worms got added with the Sailing release, and they only exist in the dungeon on the Charred Island. You have to run past a bunch of dragons to get to them, which is why I have an anti-dragon shield and some food, but once you get to the strike worms, they are really easy to kill. They only use melee when you're in melee range, and they only use ranged otherwise, so you can just block all their attacks and take no damage. These guys normally have a 1 in 400 chance to drop a dragon metal sheet, but on task that changes to 1 in 100. I'm actually going to be trying to get quite a few of these to upgrade my ships some more, so this grind might take a while. Another annoying thing about these guys is that they are aggressive for the first 10 minutes, so they'll usually get a ranged attack in while you are moving to get in melee range, but after those first 10 minutes they stop doing that. First dragon metal sheet of the grind. Nice. Nice, sheet number 2. Okay, so now that that task is done, I can properly show off this task skipping method. I just got a troll task from Kuradal, and that's not one of the tasks that I'm looking for, so I'm gonna go to Aya here and reset my streak to get a free task from her. So I'll do that task, get a new one from Kuradal, and repeat until it is either a worm task or a frost dragon task. There we go, another worm task, easy. Sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5, second worm task complete. Yes, Slayer Cape proc, back to the strike worms. Sheet 6, sheet 7, sheet 8, that'll actually be enough for my first upgrade once I finish this task. Sheet 9. Okay, so with 8 dragon metal sheets and 4 rosewood planks, that is the dragon helm on the sloop. Right now, this doesn't really give me anything besides completion, since the main benefit is that it gives protection for tier 4 rapids, and those don't currently exist in the game, but Jagex has already said they're planning on doing an ocean expansion later this year, so it'll be good to have this done ahead of time for when they inevitably add those. Ooh, good, frost dragons. This is where I can start getting some dragon nails alongside more sheets. I've decided I'm gonna try melee for this task, since I'm already more or less geared for it, and using magic like I was doing last video eats through so much money. Sheet 10, and very soon after sheet 11, wow, 2 kills later for sheet 12. Nice, got another Slayer Cape proc so I can kill more Frost Dragons. There we go, sheet 13. Ooh, sheet 14 on the very next kill. That is the last one I needed for my next big upgrade, and after this point, any more sheets that I get are going to be broken down into extra dragon nails, since this is the last thing I'm going to need for now that requires the sheets themselves. Okay, so here's the dragon helm for the skiff, and just like with the sloop, this will help future-proof the skiff for future expansions, and it also has an extra little benefit, where in the Gwyneth Glide, where the crystals will get stuck on the helm, the dragon helm lets you just click it once to get rid of those crystals instead of having to click it 3 times. Nice, there's another sheet, which is going to become 15 dragon nails later. Here's how that works, by the way. You have to take the sheet to the dragon forge here. It's the same place where you make stuff like the dragon kite shield and the dragon plate body. You just use the sheet on the anvil here, and there we go, 15 dragon nails. There's another dragon sheet. I probably won't be calling these out anymore since I'm gonna need quite a lot of dragon nails for the last thing I'm wanting to build. I'm probably just gonna skip to the point where I have them all since I don't think there will be anything interesting happening in the meantime. Yes, that should be the last one. I'm so glad to be done with that grind. That was not fun. Okay, so here's the last thing I wanted to make here, the rosewood hull for the skiff. That requires 10 rosewood hull parts, so the equivalent of 50 rosewood planks, as well as 5 cupronickel bars and 20 swamp tar, but most importantly, 300 dragon nails, which is a lot. But the benefit of the rosewood hull is huge. It makes your boat the fastest that it can possibly be, and also improves its defenses a ton. I think there's a decent chance I'm going to be doing some sailing for UIM Showdown, so having the fastest boat in the game will definitely help with that. Wow, this is so fast. Eventually I want to make the rosewood hull for the sloop too, just for completionism's sake, but that's probably not going to be for a long time since that requires 600 dragon nails, and I just do not want to think about that grind for a while. Same goes for the dragon keel on both ships, which requires a ton of dragon metal plates. At this point, I am done with ship upgrades before Showdown, but there is one more thing I want to get done before the event, and that is just to get a lot more money, which for me means task skipping for Hydra tasks. Oh, nice, right off the bat. There we go, I swapped that one into storage to grab the second Hydra task, so now I have a total of 332 Hydra kills to do, which is going to take quite a long time, but it'll be worth it for the raw GP. Another Hydra leather, more money for the main. Alright, first task complete, and I got about 8 mil from that. And there is the second task complete as well, up to 55 mil total. And at this point, unfortunately, it is time to actually spend a lot of this cash stack. I have all these vials of blood from TOB, but in order to get them into the Vire Well to store scythe charges for the future, I need 200 blood runes for each vial, so it's time to hop and shop for a long time. There we go, after a while of hopping and shopping, that is 100k blood runes, which should use up most but not all of my vials of blood to give me 50,000 more scythe charges, leaving me with about 10 mil in the cash stack. Cool, and sometime later, once I have more money, I can come back to finish the job. Okay, switching gears here for a bit, I managed to get a task for Abyssal Demons in the Abyss, which gives me the opportunity to try another boss that I've never done before, which is the Abyssal Sire. I don't really have much of a reason to do this boss for the drops, but it should be pretty easy CAs, and after that Grotesque Guardians excursion earlier, I'm still in the mood to hunt for some more CAs. And no, this is not the start of a GM arc. The Abyssal Sire is the Slayer boss for Abyssal Demons, and although it used to be a lot more difficult, over the years they've made it a lot easier through updates to the boss itself, as well as the addition of gear like Oathplate armor and the new Demonbane weapons from Tormented Demons. It's a multi-phase fight, and in this first phase, you stun the boss by casting a shadow spell on it so he can't use its tentacles to hit you, and you use that time to go around and kill the boss's respiratory systems in the 4 corners of the arena. One of the recent updates is that Demonbane weapons are a guaranteed one-shot kill on the respiratory systems now, so I can just have a one-way switch to the Scorching Bow, and as long as I don't miss, I will one-shot each of them. The nice thing about having basically all the best in slot gear for this boss is that I get to ignore most of the mechanics for the rest of the fight. For phase 2, I am just hitting him with the Arclight while praying melee until he's under half health. In phase 3, I'm praying ranged since the boss will start to spawn adds that attack with ranged, and the boss stops attacking with melee here. At 35% health, it teleports me in front of him and does this explosion attack that I need to dodge by stepping away from him, and at this point it's just a matter of killing him as quickly as possible to minimize damage from the adds, and running back and forth across these 2 tiles to avoid the miasma pools that he spawns underneath me. Okay, first kill done, and that is a couple CAs right there. Respiratory Runner for killing all the respiratory systems without having to re-stun him, and Don't Whip Me for not getting hit by the tentacles. Ooh, that is the hard one, right? Yeah, they grow up too fast. It's for killing him so fast that none of the scions mature. Nice. So I'll probably be getting all the CAs done on just this one task. Cool, Don't Stop Moving for not getting hit by the miasma pools, and I got the perfect kill CA too, so the rest of this should be really easy. Abyssal Adept for 20 KC. I made a quick loadout change here. I'm using the Light Bearer now instead of the Ultra Ring. Normally when I'm using melee, the Ultra Ring is a better choice because of the raw strength bonus, but the Burning Claws are so powerful as a spec weapon here, it's way better to just maximize the number of specs you get in phase 3 so you can finish the fight instantly. Okay, so if I set this up right, nice, Demonic Rebound, that's for using Vengeance on the explosion attack. Cool, 50 KC for the veteran task, and that is also the last CA for Abyssal Sire. Time for some more task skipping, I guess. There we go, another Hydra task, easy. Ooh, Hydra Claw, that is some money for the main. Task complete, that was like 8 mil off of that one task. There we go, this should hopefully be the last Hydra task. Hydra Leather, more money for the main. Task complete, and I'm now over 2,500 Hydra KC. Okay, big moment. This is gonna be enough blood runes to use up the rest of my stack of noted vials of blood. There we go. It's a total of 95,900 scythe charges, which should last for the foreseeable future. I think I'm gonna try and get one more Hydra task just to beef up the cash stack a bit more, since I don't really like being under 10 mil. There we go, the real last Hydra task. Okay, cool. So that is the last Hydra I'm going to be killing for a while, since we have someone on the Showdown team who's going to be basically soloing the tile that has Hydra on it. So that's nice. I've been doing pretty much nothing but Hydra for over a week now, since it's just so good for getting cash on a UIM. At this point, pretty much all I'm going to be doing up until the start of the event is boring UIM chores like going through herbs and making bone shards, so I won't really be recording any of that, and the next thing you're going to see is the start of the event. So now that it's time to start this thing, let's talk for a bit about how UIM Showdown works. The players have all been drafted into 7 teams of 25. I've been drafted to the team called Bringing Umli Omelets to Jonas, or Booty for short, and we're going to be trying to earn the most event points in the next 10 days. The main way to get event points is to complete tiles on the bingo board, and you can contribute to those tiles by doing a variety of things like gaining XP, killing bosses, playing minigames, and more. Once you've done enough of those things, you can complete that tile, but you don't have to stop there. You can complete each tile multiple times to get even more event points. There are also bonus points that you can get by doing speedruns, completing 6-hour XP records, and getting certain item drops. The team I was drafted to looks like a pretty competitive one, so I'm looking forward to playing as much as I can to help go for first place. Okay, so it is currently the day that the event begins, but right now we're actually a few hours out from go time. However, because of how the high scores work, I'm actually able to do a little bit of a trick to get some extra gains. The high scores only update when you log out, so if you log in up to 6 hours before the start of the event and stay logged in until after the event starts, all your gains from that login session will actually count for the event, because it all got added to the high scores after the event started. There was a lot of people doing that for the event, and I'm going to be doing some post-99 sailing with my new Rosewood Hull to contribute to the Last Mole Sailing tile, which fittingly has LMS, the giant mole, and sailing on it. Cool, so the event has officially started, and I managed to get 766k sailing XP at the start of the event, basically for free. The next thing I'm going to do is help with one of the speedruns for the event, the Barracuda Trial Relay Race. The way this works is that you have 3 separate team members run a different Barracuda trial on the Marlin difficulty, and you add all the times together. So I'm going to be trying to get the fastest time I can here at the Gwyneth Glide, so I can get that part of the relay race out of the way. Cool, that is a 448.6, which is perfect. Like literally, that is a tick perfect time that ties the world record for the Gwyneth Glide. I decided to learn the tick perfect world record route, and it paid off. So I'm going to go ahead and submit that time for the competition, and other players on my team are going to be doing the temper tantrum and the jubbly jive later, but my part is done now. The next thing I'm going to get done is another speedrun, and this one is the Grandmaster Quest Boss Relay Race. It's similar to the Barracuda Trial Relay, but for the 3 Grandmaster Quest bosses that you can refight after the quest: Gluff, Galvik, and the Fragment of Saren. 2 other players on the team are going to take care of Gluff and Galvik, and I'm going to do the Saren part. It's funny, when you are doing the Song of the Elves quest, you're usually going to be using magic to kill the Fragment of Saren, and magic is still a pretty decent method for the speedrun, especially with the Eye of Iak and Confliction Gauntlets, but I'm actually going to be using melee instead, and this will be a really good use of the Scythe of Vitter I got in the last video. Saren is pretty unique in that she has a damage cap of 24, so all your attacks can only do a maximum of 24 damage against her, but that is 24 damage per hit splat, and because her physical size is 3x3, that makes the Scythe really good here, because instead of doing 1 big hit splat, it hits 3 times. I'm also using a special strategy here to deal with one of her special attacks. Every so often, she will do a special attack with a really big wind-up that hits extremely high, maxing out at 98 when she's under 1/3 HP. And I'm using Phoenix Necklaces and Nightshades to nullify that attack. The Phoenix Necklace is a special item that automatically heals you a bit if you drop below 20% of your max HP, but more importantly, it nullifies all damage from attacks that are quote-unquote in motion. And for Saren, that really big windup I mentioned counts as the attack being in motion. I have Nightshades in my inventory, and if I eat one, I will take 15 damage. So when that windup begins, I can just equip a Phoenix Necklace and eat a Nightshade, and the 15 damage will trigger the Phoenix Necklace, and the entire special attack will be nullified. This is also a really good method for when you're doing the quest, by the way. I always cringe when I see someone try and get Bruise to use here in the quest, instead of just doing this strat. The final piece of this strategy isn't strictly required, but it does make it a lot easier, and that is using Guthix Rests. A Guthix Rest is a drink that acts like a potion. It has 4 doses, heals you for 5 HP with each dose, doesn't drain your combat stats like a brew does, and doesn't delay your next attack like food does. It's really nice for when you need to intentionally camp low HP for things like this, and hover in a certain HP range while you're taking small amounts of damage. Nice, that's a 2:09, which will be my relay time for the competition. I also got the Fragment of Saren Speed Trialist CA for getting a sub 4-minute kill while I was practicing earlier. The next thing I'm going to do is use up these bone shards that I made from the dragon bones I got from the alchemical Hydra. I've done this a few times before in this series, so I will spare the explanation, but basically, you can get a lot of prayer XP by using these with jugs of wine here at the Teomat in Varlamore. One thing that changed since the last time I did this is that you can buy wines from the pub in Alderaan now, and because there's both a ferry ring and a Quetzal station nearby, you can set up a nice little loop where you take a ferry ring to Alderaan, buy the wines, run to the Quetzal station, and take it to the Teomat to do an inventory, and then teleport to the POH to start the next cycle. There we go, that is 730,000 prayer XP for the Frozen Terror tile, which isn't really too much in the grand scheme of things, but it'll help a little bit. Next up, it's finally time to start really working on one of these tiles. I've prepared 2 Hellhound tasks, so it's time to kill some Cerberus to help on the Cooks and Kicks tile. It is finally time to try out something cool, and that is melee Cerberus with the Scythe. I technically could have done melee Cerb with the Emberlight when I was grinding it last, and it would have been pretty good, but I also had a T-bow, and melee Cerberus is a bit more difficult than ranged Cerberus. Trust me, I would know. I'm out. But now that I have a Scythe that is powerful enough here that I really just need to start using it instead of the T-bow. Now, I've already gotten all the combat achievements for Cerberus, and I've already gotten the 3 crystal drops to attach to my Avernic Treads, but if I manage to get the Smoldering Stone, that would be a bit useful for me. And also, if I manage to get any of the uniques from Cerberus, that'll be bonus points for my team in the competition, so that includes any of the crystals, the Smoldering Stone, the jar, or the pet. Ooh, I got the jar.
Is that a clogger?
It's on the log just by virtue of being a jar. It's clogged for me.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go.
Okay, so here's what the jar is for. It is entirely cosmetic and you can use it with the boss layer display in the POH and it will change it to look like that boss. Pretty cool, and more importantly, it is bonus points for my team. I think I've kind of figured out a good method to help make this fight a lot nicer. The scythe hits every 5 ticks, and Cerberus attacks every 6 ticks. So if I attack twice and then step under the boss for 4 ticks, I can basically trade 2 attacks of mine for 1 attack from the boss, so the boss can only attack every 10 ticks instead of every 6. This is great for the obvious reason that I take fewer attacks from the boss, but it also has an extra benefit. Because the special attacks occur on a schedule, if I make the boss wait longer between attacks, it takes longer to get to the special attacks, and a lot of the time I can even kill the boss before it gets to the ghost attack, which saves a lot on prayer pots since that attack drains your prayer a bunch. Cool, that is the first task done. Now for about 150 more on the other task. And there's the second task done. The next thing I'm going to be working on, and probably the thing I do for most of the event, is more Slayer. There's a lot of different Slayer bosses that I can get points for, and I'll also be getting points for any superiors I get on tasks, so I guess I'll see what good tasks I can get. Cool, so I got myself a Kraken task, and it's time to do one of the chillest bosses in the game, and get some points on the minigames and also large aquatic creatures tile. And there's the Kraken task complete. This really is a boring boss. You just mage it, and you tank the damage, and that is literally it. I did manage to get a Kraken tentacle, which is completely useless to me, but it is a bonus point for the team. Okay, that is 2 tasks of gargoyles, so I guess I'm headed back to the Grotesque Guardians. Ooh, nice Granite Maul, that's points for the event. Oh, there's another Chi Maul.
Let's go.
Can't get
I'm gonna PK some noobs.
Yeah, you can't get the points again for the collection log, but there's a second Maul. Ooh, core. I just got the Black Tourmaline core.
Ooh, let's go.
Nice.
Great. Cheesy.
So unfortunately, this is going to be one of those UIM moments where this item could be useful to me, but it's just not really worth it. The Black Tourmaline core is used to turn the Bando's boots into the Guardian boots, which are one of the best boot slot items in the game for physical defense, and those can be upgraded further to Echo boots with the Echo Crystal from the Fortis Coliseum, and even better yet, the boots are storable in the stash unit. But even considering all of that, I'm still just going to be dropping this over to my main for 2 mil. If I weren't in UIM Showdown right now, I would probably go get some Bandos boots and make the upgrade, and then go for an Echo Crystal later. But that would just be too much of a time sink when my team is depending on me to do things that contribute more to the competition. So that's just the UIM life, and maybe sometime I'll get another core, but for now, it is 2 mil for the main. Hey, Granite Ring, that's the last item from here that I can get points for. Nice! Now all that matters is the points from killing the boss. And the Granite Gloves, no points for the event from that one, but pretty neat to get that on the collection log. Okay, so both of these items are primarily defense focused, so I don't have much of a reason to keep either of them, so they are both getting out. Cool, so that is task 1 of 2. This grind's pretty rough. It is just a lot of hours of nothing but this one boss, but that is how UIM Showdown is sometimes if you really want to win. And that is the last one. I can't say I expected this to be how I spent my weekend, but that is a grand total of 463 KC of Grotesque Guardians done. And if I get another gargoyle task within the next week, I will cry. No, 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 no. Ooh, nice Araxites. This is going to be a fun task, and I'm about to show you why. Doing an elite clue here before I start the task. Ooh, Dragon Plate Legs and Plate Skirt Ornament Kit. I might actually have a use for that. I have the Dragon Plate Skirt actually stashed here in the Watchtower, and there we go. That's what it looks like. And you can actually store the ornamented version too. Neat. And now to start this Araxite task. Oh, hey, Rainia boots. That's not really what I was trying to show off, but that is a neat little drop and some bonus points for the event. Anyway, meet the backup dancers. My teammates set up some ults for me to follow dance each other, which makes the Araxites stack up automatically, so barraging them is a lot easier. This should be one of the best ways in the game to get superiors now. Huh, another Arania boots. Nice. There we go, very easy task completed. I'll be doing as many of these as I can since it's just such easy superiors. So for those Arania boots, they have some pretty bad all-around bonuses, but they have a nice little passive that lets you avoid web-based boss mechanics like at Verzik or Sarachnis, but it's really just not worth keeping, so I will be dropping both of these to the main. Cool, I managed to get 2 Hellhound tasks for a total of 383 KCs, so now it's time to do some more Serb. I wanted to show something that has helped a ton with the Step Under method, and that is this attack timer plugin. Basically, you can set it up so it always shows your attack timer over your character, and it is a huge help for things like this where you need to click as soon as your next attack is ready, but not too early or too late. The plugin has basically made it impossible for me to mess up and click too early, which means I can kill the boss before the ghosts spawn almost every time. Hey, Eternal Crystal, nice. Again, useless for me, but it's bonus points. Okay, now give me something good. Good luck. Dragon Full Helm Ornament Kit, I don't think that's happening.
Let's go.
It's happening!
Nice, that is the end of the first task, and I now have 186 more Serb kills to go on the second one. Oh, hey, I actually got the Slayer Cape proc, so I can actually do a third task. Nice. I really like these Serb tasks. It feels like I can do them really efficiently, and there's quite a few items that can give bonus points here, so having more Serb kills to do is great. Ha! I just got a second stale baguette. Wow. That is stupid lucky. Cool, that is task 2 of 3 done. Still just the 1 Eternal Crystal in the jar, but that's all I've gotten from Serb so far in the event, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Man, that is the one I already got, so no showdown points. 5 mil for the main though. And there we go, the 3rd Cerberus task in a row. Didn't end up getting any more uniques though, which is a bit unfortunate, but oh well. All right, back to the big red dog. Okay, so I am between trips right now doing a farm run, and I wanted to take some time to talk about the current state of the competition, because right now we're pretty much right at the halfway point. My team, bringing Umli Omelets to Jonas, is in first place right now by a pretty good margin, but we're trying not to get complacent with that, since the leaderboards can shift pretty dramatically, especially towards the end of the event. Most of our lead is coming from a very big advantage in tile contribution, which is the main source of points in the event. We have a few players on our team that have been putting in ridiculous hours to solo some of these tiles multiple times over, including Chewy, who is almost certainly going to end up being the overall MVP of the event, since he's going to be soloing multiple tiles and trying to set a record for the most tile contribution from a single player in UIM Showdown history. But that said, one player, or even a handful of players, can't do everything for a team. The rest of us are working hard to fill those gaps that even our power players won't be working on, and one of those is the Cooks and Kicks tile, which I've been primarily contributing to. This tile is a pretty difficult one in general, since it only has Cerberus, Doom, Cooking, and Barrows, all of which are things that you need people to go out of their way for. The fact that I'm doing so many Cerberus KC is a big contributor to this tile not getting left behind, and that's important because the competition generally benefits spreading out your tile contribution instead of just focusing on the handful of tiles and completing them lots of times. So far, I've gotten 874 KC at Cerberus in the competition. The rest of this task will get me to over 1,000 KC in the event, and I might end up going even further if I get another Hellhound task. It really is great that I managed to get the Scythe of Itter as early as I did at the Theater of Blood, since that is making it so easy to kill this many Cerberus. Outside of the bingo board, our team has been generally pretty average with everything else. We're in 4th place when it comes to the bonus points from item drops, and we're in 3rd place for the bonus points from 6-hour XP records and speedrun challenges. That said, the 2 speedruns that I contributed to are still the first place times in the competition, so I'm pretty happy about that. The preparation I did for the Gwyneth Glide and the Fragment of Saren speedruns are definitely paying off, so even though we're only halfway through the event, I am really happy with where we stand so far, and I'm really hoping we can keep this lead going until the end. I would love to get another UIM Showdown win under my belt, since I've only ever done it once before, and that was very early in my account where I wasn't really contributing much at all. Why? Why Eternal Crystal? What? Why 3 Eternal Crystal and no other crystal? Why? Man, what the hell is with this log? Ooh, big Asian. Nice. I finally got something that's not the Eternal Crystal. Let's go. Another task complete. No Smoldering Stone, which is the main thing I'm still hoping to get here along with the pet.
I have all the tiles.
God damn it.
Did you Slayer Cape proc?
I sure did.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Are you doing more Serb?
I'm doing more Serb.
I knew you were gonna.
That's my go. That's what we need you for.
Yay. You know what would be really great? getting a smoldering stone in the next 137 KC.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you do or not. You have more stuff to do. That's not even a joke. You actually do have more to do.
Nice, the primordial crystal. Still not a smoldering stone, but at least that's the expensive one. Yet another task complete. Cool, I got 2 smoke devil tasks. Time to get some superiors. I've been not getting very many this event. Oh, a gold necklace. That's points.
Nice, thank you.
All right, no superiors and 2 smoke devil tasks. Very cool. Okay, nice. Araxite task. Another pair of Arania boots. Oh my god. Dragon chain body from a Dust Devil. Wow, that is ridiculous. All right, I know things have been all over the place in the clips, but I just got an Abyssal Demon task, so I am gonna kill some Sire and see if I can get any drops. All right, time for the funniest thing to happen. 2 baguettes and
Not
1
another
bingo.
one.
Please, aw, damn.
If that was another one.
Imagine, though.
That'd be crazy.
All right, I finished that Sire task with no drops, and I have been informed that Barrage Slayer is no longer on the table for my team, so I have 2 more tasks of Cerberus lined up. Oh my god, I was wondering why my DPS felt so low for like this entire task so far. I had the wrong quick prayers.
Sounds like Voido last night. I was fucking geeking when he was like, "We gotta reset." I got the Jaw side.
Fucking goat, dude. Fucking.
This is a really good goat. Pegasian, once again.
Asian. Let's go.
Nice try.
Nice, more money for the main. Oh man, the prayer potion stack is under 1,000 doses now. That is definitely something I'm gonna need to address after the event, but for now, I have just gotta keep pushing the Cerberus KC. And there is another Pegasian. At this point, I would probably be more excited for teleport scrolls. Oh my god, I got the pet.
No, let's go!
Deserve.
Dude.
Let me get out of here. I just got the Cerberus pet. That is so stupid. I still don't have a smoldering stone.
That's fucked up.
All right, what do you have to say, Hell Puppy? How many souls have you devoured? None. Yet. Another Pegasian?
There's always the need to do clues for the Gamba.
Nah, I'm pretty good. I'm
Gamba.
pretty good. Medium clues, you know, I'm pretty checked out.
Yes.
I got a Bandos clue.
Yes, I got it.
He's green log.
Green log.
Log, hell yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Green log Cerberus. Let's
You can finally
go.
do that master
Yeah, I
clue
can do
step.
the master clue I've been holding on to all event. Wow.
Hell
Radiation
yeah.
coming?
I was
Oh my
here
God.
from day one.
The Smoldering Stone is an upgrade for any of the dragon tools that turns it into an infernal version of that tool that has a chance to process the resource you gain. So for example, the Infernal Axe is like a dragon axe, except it has a chance to burn the logs automatically. And more importantly, it's the item for this fallow step that I've been holding for the whole event, so I can finally get that done now. Alright, Mr. Fellow, here
I'll be back,
have an
gentlemen.
axe. Oh,
Man,
it's,
basically.
guess what? It's another fellow.
Huge.
You're fucking
Man.
kidding me, man.
The one that I want to
It's the fucking
You
armor
had
helm.
it.
Wow.
And speak into existence.
Yeah, I was just saying earlier. Imagine if
And
it.
that's a sit moment for sure.
Imagine if it
Jesus.
goes right into an Arma helm. Okay, well, that is an actual drop. I'm not doing Arma for the event. Ooh, more money. Okay, it has been a long time coming, but this is the last Serb KC. Not just for the event, since I've been informed that we're good on the Cooks and Kicks tile, but actually forever on this account. I have gotten everything on the collection log. I have gotten all of the combat achievements, and there are no ongoing drops I need like I would Zora Scales or Ancient Essence, so this is one of the very few bosses that I have fully completed on the UIM. It's honestly a really good feeling that this boss in particular is completed, since it's like, this boss is the reason my hardcore died, and that pretty much directly led to me making my UIM, so 5 years ago, Cerberus won the battle, but in 2026, I have won the war. We are getting towards the end of the competition, less than 2 days left at this point, so a lot of the planning is getting more reactive. I have been tasked with doing some Hydra to help with the Forbidden Alchemy tile. All of this boss's uniques give bonus points, so hopefully I can get some drops. I forgot to turn the recorder on, but I just got a Hydra's Eye, which is another bonus point.
New Abyss is GM Helm, Radiant Oath Plate, and Bull Slippers.
Yeah. That sucks. Ooh, the one time I'm happy to get Hydro Heads. And that is the end of the Hydra that I'm doing for this event. We're about 24 hours away from the end of the competition, and in a surprising twist of fate, another team has overtaken us for first, but I don't think that'll be for long, since we're about to start on a huge Chambers of Xeric mass grind.
If I didn't know any better, I'd be shitting my pants right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
I teleported to the farming guild. I was like, what the fuck? Why are there so many people here? And I remembered I'm still on World 420.
Ah, yes.
Dude, weed them out.
Fucking Derek number.
You see the Derek number?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
You said you were gonna make me an overload, right, McKinnon? Or wait, no, why did I just call you McKinnon, bro? That's actually...
I swear to God, if you just accidentally called me McKinnon.
Oh, you know, I feel like you're being a little too, like...
Can someone swap with me? And camp mage side if you have supplies. Okay, I should not have asked it that way.
Someone brought a keystone crystal all the way down here.
It keeps fucking me up too if it makes you feel
That's
better.
really
I'm so
funny,
used to doing it with 3 rotations.
Telegraphed it.
Oh god, off the hands. For a bit.
Frog is just like, get down, Mr. President.
There's so many deaths. 475.
475. He's a liar.
I'm not a liar, I'm just stupid. Said the right number this time. Are you proud of me?
I'm so proud of you. The Keystone Crystal wall. I accidentally picked up a Keystone Crystal.
It's like the fucking, what's it called? The hand egg?
Yeah, the egg. Yeah. It's like, oh man, I got egged. On 35k raid-wide points.
GL?
Trey.
Yo, we got something. That's crazy.
I told
Guys, don't ask how.
Oh, and I got a relic.
That's criminal. That's so criminal. I had like 32,000 points. It goes to the person with 2,000. This is criminal. This is criminal.
Oh shit, it's whales.
Not gathering information.
Is that a spy?
You want to run some BA? This looks like the kind of guy who wants to do some BA. Right, he wouldn't have joined our BC.
Okay, first off, not the kind of guy. Yeah, Derek, can you look at the voice text channel real quick?
Alright, what'd you get? What the fuck? Wow, Frog's just going at it.
Just go grab the other club. There we go.
Don't fuck this thing up.
You gotta...
Not even
close. Oh my god, you gotta mage that one. There we go.
It's also
peak. Oh my god.
No,
thanks, man.
McCoy, we're not done.
McCoy. Oh my god.
Peak. It needs to go a tile south, please. One more tile south. One more tile south.
Peak.
This tile. Peak. Pay attention.
I love
Bro,
crabs.
I was just doing my own thing, taking attention of those 2 crabs.
He was in his lane.
Okay, but you're supposed to help. You're supposed to help solve, not just pay attention to the crabs that are attacking you.
I'm helping by not.
No, you're not. Okay, we are really getting into crunch time here. We are literally tied for first with 18 hours left in the competition. I have been assigned the task of helping close out the last mole sailing tile, so I am once again at the Gwyneth Glide. I have turned off my tile markers and turned on RS Paint so I can use my old route, since it's going to be a lot more lenient than the Tick Perfect one, which will be a lot better for long-term grinding. Ooh, cool, Barracuda paint. That's something you can get from completing any Barracuda trial, so I think I'll apply that to my skiff later. Good morning, it is the final day. The competition ends in about 7 hours, and it is now officially crunch time. We're now in a comfortable lead for first place, but we've set the goal of achieving a tier 4 blackout, which means completing every tile on the bingo board 4 times. The only tiles we have left for this are the Solar Flare tile, which is mainly going to be solved by having people do Winter Tot for fire making XP, Demonic Suppression, which is mainly going to be pest control, Ethically Acquired Shards, which is mainly thieving, and the Forbidden Alchemy tile, which someone is solving with a bunch of bagged Herblore XP. So I think at this point, I'm gonna head on over to Winter Tot and help close this thing out. So I never actually showed this in the videos yet, but a while back, I spent some time off camera getting the Fletching Knife from the Veil Totems minigame, and it is coming in handy here. This item lets you fletch items 1 tick faster, which is really nice at Winter Tot, where you're fletching all the logs into kindling. I'm doing the world hop method here, which involves hopping between the public Winter Tot worlds, jumping to a new one once the game is in progress, and earning just the 500 points needed to get the big XP drop at the end. So you're maximizing your completions per hour like that. It is a great method for XP per hour. Trevor is rocking the kitted sang, the holy shooter. Yeah, the holy kitted sang. The Hooter Shooter. That's really good. All right. I can't believe we're doing this. We have just completed a Tier 4 Blackout, which is the first time that has ever happened in the current era of UIM Showdown, where the tiles are balanced around 25 efficient hours, with about 4 hours left to go in the event. And we're about to pull possibly the biggest BM move in UIM Showdown history. We're gonna rush the cow boss. Brutus is the newest boss in the game, and it actually released in the middle of the event, so it's not on the bingo board. You cannot get credit for the event by killing this boss, but now that we've basically secured a guaranteed win with 4 hours to spare, we're gonna try and get as many kills on the cow boss as possible before the event ends. The last place team has been killing Brutus a bunch since it launched, because they kind of went into the competition with the intention of goofing around, and they have racked up 4,820 kills so far. So that's our target. I have no clue if we can do it, but we're gonna try. There we go, that's the Ides of Milk quest done, which unlocks the boss. And there is the Cowbell Amulet, which you can load up with air runes and use them to teleport to the Lumbridge Cow Pen, which I'll be using for this grind. This boss is quite literally the easiest boss in the game now. They made it specifically for players to fight within the first few hours of gameplay, so I'm gonna be one-shotting this thing every time. And yes, I am using my scythe for this because it's funny. Deal with it. Oh my god, I one-shot it, but I waited a tick. So it doesn't. It counted for the don't get attacked one, but it didn't count for the speed run.
I just got the pet.
Yo!
Hey! Oh my god, I got pet too.
Yo! 2 pets.
To do it like I'm also streaming.
I got the.
Just click in the angle.
I got the milk bucket.
You're gonna get a lot of those. Did you bring Alex?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. There we go. I just got the. I just got the speed try list for the sub 2 seconds.
Low-key scary.
Cool.
Beef versus beef. Holy, that's a good CA name.
Nice. That is the Muletta, which is a free-to-play offhand that is basically equivalent to a Steel Defender. And there's the Cow Slippers, which are the one real rare unique at 1 in 150.
Oh, I got the pet.
Yo,
nice. 2 beef pets and 80 kills.
Yo.
Not me, that's McCoy.
Wait, what? I got another pet?
Yeah.
This might legit be possible.
Over 3K fucking cows?
Yep.
Oh my god. Alright guys, we have 1 hour left of cowing.
It must be Miguel getting the combat task.
Oh, I got the pet! Let's go! I got beef!
Oh.
Woo! Yippee!
That's my staff member!
I'll log after this kill and then we'll have it. We're in first!
Oh my God,
Stray logged.
Let's go! Let's go!
We're rank 1 cow boss!
We've done it.
Let's go! Alright. That's the end. We did it.
We won.
Did it.
Woo!
240 hours of the VC.
Oh yeah. Yeah, our VC has been going for 240 hours straight.
God damn.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
I didn't realize the train was that long.
Jesus, it's a long train. It's still going.
Let's try to loop it all the way around.
I should turn on public chat just to see. Oh god. Oh, this is nuts. I cannot see the front of the line or the end of the line.
McCoy.
No.
McCoy.
We're fine.
What did you do? Oh, God. And that is how the event ended. In the end, my team, Team Booty, managed to take first place in the event, making me a 2-time winner in UIM Showdown. I am really happy with how well I did in the event. I got rank 7 on my own team, rank 9 across all teams for PVM contributions, and rank 13 across all teams for bonus points from drops. Across the 10 days of the event, I gained 83 efficient hours worth of tile contributions, which is fantastic. I'm also happy with the stuff I managed to accomplish during the event. I learned the tick perfect world record route for the Gwyneth Glide, learned how to speedrun the Fragment of Saren, fully completed the Cerberus boss, and got 2 pets. But even though the past 10 days were a blast, I'm also really happy to be done with it. UIM Showdown is always a really stressful time, especially when I'm helping run the event while also playing in it. I'm excited to set my sights on future goals now that I have the Scythe of Vitter and UIM Showdown is behind me, but there's actually one more thing that I need to talk about before I start on that. Coming up later this month is the 5-year anniversary of my UIM account, and I wanted to talk about it since my next video will probably be after that anniversary is passed. On March 28th, 2021, I decided to make a UIM after the death of my hardcore Iron Man, which I had been playing for about a year prior. It's been a great 5 years, and since then I have really managed to turn this account into something really cool, becoming the 55th UIM to reach the current max total level, getting all 3 best in slot armor sets in all 3 raids mega rares, winning UIM Showdown twice, and starting to see a bit of success on YouTube. I want to say thanks to everyone who has been watching these videos, especially if you were watching the really old original series that I was making back in 2021, which isn't public on YouTube anymore. I also appreciate all the friends that I've made between the UIM community, UIM Showdown, and my own channel. I'm still not 100% sure what the next 5 years of my UIM is going to look like, but I hope y'all will still enjoy the videos that I'm making about it. And with that, it is time to start those next 5 years strong in the next video, and I'll see you then.